We had to do a PSA for health class advocating something that had to do with substance use or abuse, and we decided to do sexual assault while under the influence of drugs and alcohol.
Okay, and tell me what was a little bit different about what you did in this class compared to others?
Well, for this project, we had to reach out to an organization and get a statistic from them, and we had to confer with them and cite them and send it back out to them and share it on the web.
And who did you reach out to?
RAIN and NSOPW, I believe is the acronym.
Okay, and what is NS? Do you know what that stands for?
I know RAIN is the rape and incest hotline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rain, abuse, incest, and I forgot the answer.
Okay, and how has this learning benefited you?
We get to reach out to the real world, I guess you would call it, and it's really cool because we were sort of in charge for this project. We didn't have a teacher being like, okay, you need to do this, this, and this. We just had a rubric, and then we had an idea, and then we just saw it through.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think you learned more or less because of it? Why? And why?
I personally feel like we learned more because we had to actually, get in touch with other people, and in turn they had to kind of teach us something, even if we already knew it. It was kind of cool to have an actual organization tell us the statistics so you know that you're getting them right, and it was really cool to know that you're actually being recognized by a big group that's actually prominent in the world.
Yeah, we didn't just learn about certain assault. We learned filming and collaborating with each other, and this is gonna sound silly, but sort of manners and how to certain way to speak to people. You can't just be oh, what are the facts? You have to, yeah.
Kind of that professionalism.
Yeah.
You had the professionalism of communication. What do you appreciate and most like about this type of learning?
I liked the fact that, like Anna said, we didn't have a teacher over our back the entire time saying you have to do this by this point, this by this point. We just had a rubric saying you have to have these things in it, go at it. So we were able to do what we wanted and kind of make it our own, but still get all the educational aspects of it that Mr. Murray wanted.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the recognition of your work from another entity?
It felt good to have our work kind of recognized because we did put a lot of time and effort into it, and it was on all of our minds constantly for the 2 weeks that we were working on it. So seeing it all pay off was really, really interesting, and it was cool to see how people positively responded to it.
Okay, and were there any challenges that you had, and how did you overcome those challenges?
The biggest challenge is probably getting everyone together, just figuring out a time that worked. But
we were able to do it.
Yeah.
And just figuring out how we're gonna edit it, what we want it to actually end up looking like.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this was a major priority for us, so we just fixed the problem. And
Yeah.
Why do you think it was a major priority for you?
we're all very what's the word?
Type A, I guess.
I don't know.
Artistic.
We're all very theatrical and
Yeah,
artistic.
we're all in drama club, so putting on a video, and
We wanted it to look.
we want it to be professional,
Yeah.
basically.
We wanted it to be 110% of our energy
Yeah.
and focus.
If you wouldn't have had that other organization connected, if you wouldn't have been connected, do you think you would have put as much time and effort into it?
Probably not. Having to connect with them made it a little more important because we wanted to do
Yeah.
them justice, and since we did have to share it back with them and on social media and share it out with the rest of the world, we wanted it to be.
It wasn't just a grade for us. It was trying to make their information more attainable and important.
Okay, and the final question is, how did technology play a role in this activity, and could you have done it without it?
No. No way.
I mean, there was loads of technology involved. We had to use, the camera and the editing software to film and put everything together. We had to use, email and the internet to contact these organizations. If we didn't use technology, we wouldn't have been able to do this project at all.
Even writing the script, it was a huge help because we could
We
all
shared
go
with
through
everyone
and change things that we wanted to.
Did you use Google Docs for that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything you want to share about the project? Any final thoughts about it or anything like that?
It was fun. I'm glad we did it.
Yeah, Yeah, I would do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Has your parents seen the final product?
Mhm.
Yes.
And?
They liked it.
They were a bit thrown off by how dark it was, considering that we're not like that.
Most of us were pretty happy
Yeah.
people.
Pretty like upbeat most of the time, but seeing like a more serious side of us, I guess, made more people like interested in watching it. But my parents liked it.
Well, I would say, I have seen it, and I would say, you know, the emotion that you put into it is definitely something that can get across in 2.5 minutes. So you guys did a great job.
Thanks.